Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm back in my natural surroundings, back in Sydney. Just landed maybe, a few hours ago and not feeling sleepy. And I thought, you know what, let's get in touch with what is happening in terms of Chelsea news, Chelsea transfer news. So let's get it going on, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, official, the Chelsea takeover will be completed Monday. This is some couple of club statements that's been out in the last, 12 hours or so, in between 12 hours, and basically stating that by Monday, this should be absolutely official. There's already been words that the transaction in terms of money being transferred has already been completed. The end of an era and the beginning of a new one. And it further goes on to say, the club statement, the following statement has been published. Chelsea Football Club can confirm that a final and definitive agreement was entered into last night to sell the club to the Todd Bowley Clearlake Capital Consortium. It is expected that the transaction will be completed on Monday. The club will update further at that time. Roman Abramovich then came up with a particular statement as well, which is, look, I just want to say, there's a lot of talks about Roman. There's journalists out there talking nonsense as well. Look, at the end of the day, each to their own. The way I look at it is, I want to thank him for his time at Chelsea Football Club. I want to thank him for what he's done for our football club. And by far, he's been one of the best, if not the best, footballing owners that we've ever seen. So appreciate everything he's done for us. And he's not at all been a hindrance during this whole process as well. So as some of the journalists make it seem to be. And so many people trying to link this whole scenario that it's all about, Ukraine and this and that. It's about the war. This is why this is, Roman is getting chased up. It's got nothing to do with the war. Honestly, at the end of the day, putting sanctions on Chelsea Football Club is not doing any benefit to Ukraine. But it is what it is. We've talked about it a lot. At the end of the day, we are now literally 1% away, 99% loaded, 1% away from the new era beginning. Look, officially that's what it is, but unofficially, everyone inside the clubs, there's proper publications out there that's been stating that people inside Chelsea have already been told that the takeover has been completed, nothing to worry about, the staff members and whatnot. And hence why we are starting to slowly see some of these transfer rumors really materialize properly. So we're just waiting on that last bit of information, which is going to be Monday, looks like. And after that is happy days. In fact, it's happy days already. But yeah, this is what Roman Abramovich had to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased this search has now come to an end, come to a successful conclusion. It has been an honor of a lifetime to be part of this club. I would like to thank all the club's past and current players, staff, and of course fans for these incredible years. I mean, just sensational. Good luck to Roman for whatever he does in the future. Statement, Roman Abramovich. It has been nearly 3 months since I announced my intention to sell Chelsea FC. During this time, the team have worked hard to find the right custodian for Chelsea FC that would be the best position to successfully lead the club into the next chapter. So do check out that particular statement from Roman Abramovich and also from Chelsea in regards to the sale of the football club. Chelsea CEO Guy Lawrence will step down and leave Chelsea. Lawrence was involved in the business side of Chelsea with sponsorships. Todd Bowley has big plans to push revenues. An extensive search for his replacement is underway. This is good. Look, as I said, at the end of the day, I don't want any of the residual sort of members to stick around. I want a new set of team coming in, fresh ideas from Todd Bowley, whether it's, recruitment, whether it's marketing, and in this regard, sponsorship, everything new. I want new and I want fresh start. And this is perfect. If Guy Lawrence is stepping down, no problems. Let's find a replacement. Todd Bowley is committed to keeping Bruce Buck and Marina Granovskaya for the foreseeable future. And I've said this as well in recent times that I can see Bruce Buck and Marina sticking around for maybe 3 months, 6 months. But after that, I would really like Todd Bowley to find new people to replace them, especially director of football. chairman if needed. I think Todd Bowley could be the chairman anyway. But director of football, if we need a new financial controller, as in this, for us, it's been Marina, no problems. It's not like Marina has been always flawless. There's been mistakes from there. And look, it's an end of an era. I'm happy to start from afresh and see what the new group can bring us. So for the time being, no problems. See us through for the beginning stage. But after that, let's bring some new people. Okay, let's talk about some serious transfer news, ladies and gentlemen. This is a player that we've been linked with. Ivan Perisic, set to join Tottenham. Here we go. Tottenham, I told you guys, man. Antonio Conte is not messing around. He is going to be a thorn for us next season. I've said it. It's not like we're going to be able to catch up on Man City and Liverpool in one window. It's going to take multiple windows. But one team that is a proper threat is Antonio Conte's Tottenham Hotspurs. And they've now got Ivan Perisic, who we thought would have been a perfect case scenario as a rotational player for Ben Chilwell. So now it puts us in a bit of a backseat. I feel we do need a left-sided player. I'm not really entirely convinced with Emerson, if I'm absolutely honest about it. Now we are back to square one. We have to look into BONANZA, or we have to really consider Marc Cucurella. So we'll talk about all of that. But yeah, Ivan Perisic is set to join Tottenham. Here we go. Full agreement set to be signed on a 2-year deal. Inter have received final communication. Medical could take place next week in London. Once everything will be signed, Antonio Conte wanted Ivan as priority. Look out for Antonio Conte, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea were interested in Ivan Perisic since January, but couldn't progress any deal due to the sanctions imposed on the club. So, look, sanctions have hurt us, and it's still hurting us. Need this to be done and dusted ASAP, because there are a few other players that are in the free or just got a year left. We have to get into the market immediately and sweep them up. One being Ousmane Dembele, which we'll talk about. But yeah, looks like sanctions have hurt us with Ivan Perisic, which sucks. BONANZA is absolutely insane. These are the kind of signings I expect Bowley to make. This is coming from one of the Chelsea Twitter account. Look at some of these stats, man. Look, I'm not someone who's watched BONANZA a lot, but there are a lot of people saying he's one of the better left-sided player from Bundesliga who on a regular basis creates quality opportunities from the left side. Crossing is very good. Very, much an attacking-minded player, always looking to progress forward. So do let me know how you feel about BONANZA. There's very, very good reviews on this particular player. So look, as I said, I think we need someone on that left. So I'm not completely convinced with Emerson, and Ben Chilwell with the injury, not really sure how he's going to come back. Marc Cucurella created more goal-scoring chances from open play 40 than Andy Robertson 38 and Jacques Cancelo 36 in the Premier League season. I mean, I've said it all along. I like this player a lot, but Brighton could charge a lot of money. But if we can get him for about 45 million, 40 million, 45 million, I think Brighton wants about 50. What do? That's the kind of quality that you're going to get. But look, I'd be happy to invest that level of money for this particular player because he's that damn good. But I think BONANZA, who's a bit of an unknown for me, but a lot of people I've watched it are saying he's very, very good player. And you can probably get him for even cheaper for about 30 million. So let me know how you feel about BONANZA, and let me know how you feel about Cucurella as well. Chelsea are hopeful a bid of 42 million with add-ons will be enough to secure Jules Kounde. The club are expected to move quickly on Kounde after the takeover is announced. As I said a few videos ago, as soon as the club announces that the takeover, the sanctions are all finished, within 48 hours, I want this confirmation done for Jules Kounde. Jules Kounde was literally loitering around in London a couple of days ago, just waiting for this scenario with Chelsea takeover situation to be over. This player is set to join Chelsea. He is set. He is not thinking about anything else. And we need to make this happen. We need CVs. And this should be our first deal immediately. Sevilla have privately acknowledged it will be virtually impossible to keep Kounde after denying him a move 12 months ago. Perfect. I love it. And when you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, 42 million with add-ons will be enough to secure Jules Kounde. That's peanuts. Add-ons, let's say 50 million, goes up to 50 million. You're going to pay about 50 million pounds on a decent CB. So That's great business, in my opinion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, big conversation about N'Golo Kante. We need to get serious about this. Tuchel wants N'Golo Kante to stay, but his sale has been discussed for weeks since his contract is up in 2023. Tuchel is aware he could be sold. Let's continue on and just check this situation before we talk about that. Let's check out the whole news. Sources say N'Golo Kante is expected to be made available for a reduced price due to his contract expiring in 12 months and Thomas Tuchel's desire to freshen up his midfield. This is from The Athletic as well. So big publications talking about this. This is coming from Pletico, which is Florian Plettenberg, reporter Sky Sports, and now this is also The Athletic talking about possibly N'Golo Kante being sold. Chelsea are planning a rebuild and would like a commanding midfielder. It is expected they would prefer to make space by selling Jorginho instead of N'Golo Kante. Manchester United are interested in Kante this summer. This is Jacob Steinberg. Look, in regards to Manchester United, I personally cannot see how Kante joins them. After spending so many years at Chelsea, winning so many things, creating that excellent relationship with the fan base, I can't see how this brother goes to Man United. If he ever leaves Chelsea, which I think he may, it's going to be to another club abroad, maybe in La Liga, maybe in PSG in France. I can't see how he joins another Premier League team. So we'll talk a lot about the N'Golo situation, but let's keep talking about just checking these news out for the midfield situation. Thomas Tuchel is expected to find a space in midfield for Conor Gallagher after the youngster's impressive loan at Crystal Palace. He's also interested in Declan Rice. So let's see, I think the next one is about Dembele. Yep. Now, let's talk a little bit about this, ladies and gentlemen. I initially thought, well, I've been thinking that it's going to be Jorginho who's most likely going to leave because we do need to find someone who plays like Jorginho, but a more evolved version. And that's what I've been very excited about, Bissouma. In regards to N'Golo Kante, I kind of have the feeling that I don't mind him sticking around for one more season. I see that there's value, but we need to understand what that value is because I don't want N'Golo Kante to be played as a box-to-box and sometimes against low blocks, he finds himself in like very attacking positions. And he's not the kind of player that's going to find those critical, clinical passes in the final third. And sometimes he gets himself into situations, shooting situations where I don't want him to be there. I want N'Golo Kante, if he plays, to be more in the deep sort of side, building up from the back, more specifically staying in the middle of the park as opposed to going to the final third. If he can stay disciplined like that, I think there is massive value in him. But as Thomas Tuchel said recently, he's only seen N'Golo Kante's last season that's just finished 40% of the time, and that is a concern. That is a concern. We cannot have a player that only plays 40%. So look, I can understand if Chelsea wants to part ways. N'Golo Kante probably would understand as well that maybe his time at Chelsea is coming to an end in terms of injuries now for the past couple of seasons. And maybe as the situation here is, Thomas Tuchel's looking to rebuild with Conor Gallagher there, Declan Rice. I know there's so much rumors about Declan Rice. If Thomas Tuchel wants him, I'm okay with it. There's a lot of things Thomas Tuchel wants that I don't want. At the end of the day, how do you best judge a manager? Get him his players. If he wants Declan Rice, fine. There's a lot of comments at times hurling at me saying, oh, Miz, what do you hate? I don't hate Declan Rice. I just think there are better players out there. For me, Bissouma, as a deepest midfielder, is a fantastic opportunity as well for 30 million. Declan Rice at 120 million, and it's all about perception. It's about perception. I just perceive it in a way that I don't think in regards to playing the way we want to play, the build-up possession style, Declan Rice suits that. Now, you may think that, and that's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. But think about all the other things, 120 million, let's even say 100 million, let's even say 80 million, 80 million for Declan Rice. That then leaves us not enough money for everything else that we need to sort of look into this season. CBs, wing backs, couple of forwards. So I know we're going to take a few transfer windows to sort things out, but for that level of money, Declan Rice, I don't think he gives us a lot more than a 30 million Bissouma. In fact, I think, in my personal view, I like Bissouma a lot more, who we've been recently rumoured with as well. So, look, let me know your thoughts. Kante, I can see the reason to let him go. It's probably the right time, with a year left in the contract, injuries mounting. But at the same time, I can see a reason to keep him. But injuries are starting to become a bit of an issue. If you let go of N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, you 100% have to bring in, obviously, Conor Gallagher and another midfielder. Whether we can do all of those madness, I'm not sure. Considering, these sanctions that we are on at the moment needs to go away, because we do need to then strike a deal for Jorginho and N'Golo Kante. Conor Gallagher, look, he's done very, very well. What do you do with Conor Gallagher when he comes in? You're probably going to have to play a three-man midfield. I don't think Conor Gallagher is a double pivot kind of player, so you do need to think about. And once again, with Thomas Tuchel, what do you want to do next season? What is your philosophy? How do you want to play your football? Very, very important to think about all of that. But you let me know, ladies and gentlemen, Jorginho, Kante, Conor Gallagher, Declan Rice, Bissouma, Kovacic, Billy Gilmore. How would you want your midfield? As I said, down the track, I'll probably do a separate video just to talk about the midfield situation, but you let me know how you feel about that midfield. Chelsea are quietly confident on capitalising on the uncertainty surrounding Ousmane Dembele's future by striking an agreement to take him to Stamford Bridge. This has always been my top winger selection for this particular window. I've wanted Ousmane Dembele from the get-go for the past 3-4 months, I'd even have to say. But I never thought, is it really possible? But I think it is becoming some sort of a possibility. This could be a huge signing for Chelsea, and I'll tell you why. This is from Graham Bailey. Furthermore, Ousmane Dembele's decision to not renew at Barcelona can be made official in the next few hours. This literally happened 7 p.m., just about 4 or 5 hours ago. He will leave Camp Nou on a free transfer, so he's leaving Barcelona, looks like. So a few people, Shuba, thank you so much for tagging me on here. We might be cooking now, Miz. So look, this is definitely on the cards. And furthermore, if you guys know, Daniel Finkelstein, ladies and gentlemen, is part of Top Bowley's consortium as one of the guys who's who's going to be part of that data-driven and analytics side of things. Daniel Finkelstein is an expert in that area, and he recently liked Absolute Chelsea's tweet, which was coming from someone from Spain, a particular journalist, and the tweet goes something like this: Ousmane Dembele's agent Moussa Sissoko, the future of Ousmane Dembele remains open and will not enter into endless speculation. We are and have always been very respectful to all the clubs and will continue in the same way as long as the process continues. Daniel Finkelstein has liked this on Twitter, so you can see Chelsea's interested, which is fantastic. I hope it happens. I'm very, very keen it happens. This is another interesting news, ladies and gentlemen, something that we need to think about as well. If Ousmane Dembele doesn't happen, we do need to freshen things up front, and we need players that are going to be far more dynamic in terms of 1v1 dribbling, shooting technique, and just, creating chaos up front in that final third. Bayern Munich wants to sell Gnabry this summer if he doesn't extend. Real Madrid have inquired about the player. Look, why are we linked with this particular player as well, ladies and gentlemen? If Ousmane Dembele is someone who we are unable to get, this is particular player, I think with 1 year to go in his contract, is someone we need to look into as well. Very, very good player. Fantastic dribbling qualities, fantastic shooting ability, can play right side, can play left side, and I think someone who would be so much better than most of our forwards. So, yeah, Gnabry, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind. Let me know how you feel about Gnabry as well. I like him a lot. There's rumors that he may go back to Arsenal, but I don't see why you would go to Arsenal when they've got Europa League. We've got Champions League. I know you come from the Arsenal academy side of things, but many Arsenal players have done well coming to Chelsea, so it could be Gnabry's time to do the madness with us. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about all of these news that we've covered. Ousmane Dembele, quite a big possibility. N'Golo Kante, that's the one that I want to really hear from you guys. Left-sided player Ivan Perisic has gone to Tottenham. What do we do now? I want to hear from you guys, and Gnabry as well. Let me know how you feel about all of that. comment in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. We shall have a watch along for the Champions League match later today, so do look out for that. Until next time, see ya.